Hey everybody, welcome to my plan with me for the week of November 11th through the 17th. If you don't follow me on Instagram or didn't see my post on YouTube, I did skip several weeks because I got so behind that planning was more stressful than fun for me. So I'm just picking up with this week, and the other spreads are on my Instagram, and you can also see them in my wrap-up video that I'm going to post later this year. So this kit is the September 24 Mystery Stay Spooky from Caress Press. I really like this kit. I know it's November, but I had some Halloween stuff that I just had to fit in. So that's why I'm using this week. And I just love the unique color scheme that this kit has. I think this with the light pink is just very different, but in a good way. So since it's a mystery, there's like a full sheet of fashion, which I think this I did add on in the 15 millimeter because I didn't get it as a mystery. I just picked it up in overstock. But yeah, really excited about this. I have a bunch of foil here. So the colors they chose are Pink Hollow and Sparkly Gold. So I'll just kind of flip through. I've got some like box overlays, hole protectors and date numbers, scripts, and everything is just a mixture from all sorts of different shops. I just kind of grabbed everything I had in these colors that were Halloween related. So yeah, I have tons of stuff. I have more than I will probably be able to use. Not sure what happened to the other part of this. Oh, it's here. Okay. The 15 millimeter. I have been cutting them up so I don't have to do like all three one color, but yeah, it's kind of easy to lose them that way, unfortunately. So yeah, I have so many box overlays. But for the underlays that I'm using, I've got these Spooky Checker Underlay 2 in Sparkly Gold. And then I have some Pink Hollow solids. I did foil these myself except for this sheet. But they're obviously not perfect, but since this is going to go over it, I think it'll still look okay. And then I just have a ton of Pink Hollow scripts because I've used it a lot in kits lately. So I will get right into the base. Getting into the week, I'm not sure if this looks as bad on camera as it does in person, but I am really not happy with how this foil turned out. Not because I think my color pairings are bad, because I think the Sparkly Gold and Pink Hollow actually works really well, but just because I foiled the solids and my Pink Hollow like hates me. So
So I don't know what it is. I have had some issues with the hollows in general, but there's just so many black spots that it really irritates me. So there's that. But I have some little just sidebar, basically decorations. These are from the Kit Deco, and then these two are from Carly Plans. I need to stock up on those though, because I'm pretty sure I used them up this year. So Monday morning, the first thing I did mark is that it was Veterans Day. Then I took a shower. I drove my mom to her appointment because for some reason her doctor's office was open on Veterans Day, so she had a little bit of a minor procedure this day. It was just kind of a routine thing, but I did need to take her because she had anesthesia, so she couldn't drive herself afterwards. So I spent the night at her house the night before and watched a little bit of the Eras tour with her, so that was fun. I don't think I filmed a plan with me for that week, which is why, I didn't. It's not even filled in yet, which is why I wanted to mention that, because she was like, I was like, so Mom, will you watch it with me sometime? Because you watched like multiple 7-season-long Star Trek shows with my brother. And she was like, yeah, but I liked those. I was like, well, you don't know you won't like this. I figured at least from like a production standpoint, she would appreciate it. But if you don't know, my mom is a retired music teacher. So she doesn't like country music, but like I've tried to explain it to her that Taylor Swift is not country. Like she initially started with country music, but like nothing she sings now is really country music, even when she sings her old stuff. That's just not the style she sings in. So, but she just was like, yeah, I don't know, maybe, So we watched some of it, and she really did like it a lot more than she thought. And I want to say it was Love Story from Fearless. She was like, somehow I know this song. I was like, well, yeah, Mom, it was a pretty big song when it came out, so it's not surprising that you know some of her stuff. I also remember it being in a movie or two that I took her to go see when I worked at the movie theater back in the day. So yeah, that definitely could have been where she heard it. But anyways, I took her to her appointment, and then it took a couple of hours. So while I was just waiting in the lobby, I did some work. I was just working on some formatting stuff on my laptop because I brought it, and they had Wi-Fi, but my computer was just like not wanting to connect to it, so I couldn't really do anything online. So I just did some formatting in Silhouette. And then I finished a book. While I was doing that, I was listening to a book. So I've been going through books fairly quickly when I've been actively listening, just because audiobooks are so much easier. I was really struggling to read this year at all. And then I've been very anti-audiobook for a few years, even though I listened to them all the time in college, because I just get distracted. But lately it's actually been a really helpful thing for me. So like when I'm working and the silhouette's really loud, or just, doing housework, I love to listen to books. So I've been having fun with that. And honestly, Carly is the reason that I started giving those a chance again. So I don't know that she watches my videos, but if you do, watch this. Thank you, Carly. So then I went back to my mom's house and just kind of talked. We did have some Thai food for lunch. I picked it up for us because she was like, I want that. She hadn't eaten in over a day. So I got her that, and I mean, she acted like it was the best meal of her entire life, which it was pretty damn good. But Yeah, when you haven't eaten for super long and you eat a favorite food, it makes it even better. So I did pack up my stuff because I was going home. Then I got home and organized some stickers. And then after dinner, I watched Ted Lasso. So this feels like wild because it's December 6th, like I said, and I am rewatching it already. So I will go through where all the stickers are from in just a second, but this, and that are from my shop, Corks and Corgs Co., which is on Etsy if you would like to check it out, and follow me on Instagram for more shop updates. But for the Veterans Day stickers, these two are from Carly Plans. That one I'm printing cut, so it's a little bit off cut, but it's no fault of Carly's. That's also from her shop. That is from Hannah. I don't remember where all the like spooky scripts are from because they're from various shops. And that's from Stick with the Plan Co. and Carly Plans. Fox and Cactus, Carly Plans. Sweet Bean Plans, Hannah, my shop, and Carly Plans. And I'm going to skip shops that are closed because obviously you can't get the stickers from them. Tuesday morning, I made some bracelets for work because I did have some people buy bracelets whenever I put those listings up, which I really appreciate. They're definitely fun to make for me, and since I am not getting like a high volume of orders on those, it's pretty manageable. So yeah, really enjoy making those. I did have a few people ask for like my choice on stuff, so that's fun. I get to be creative, but I do want to just side note say I'm so sorry for the shaky camera. I am doing everything I can to make it not shaky, but I asked for a new desk mount for Christmas, and I am really hoping that one, I get it, and two, it helps. So bear with me until then. But after, or I guess during work, I finished a book. I finished listening to Beyond the Wand, which is like an autobiography by Tom Felton, who played Draco Malfoy in Harry Potter. And it was really interesting to hear his perspective of like growing up on set, but also kind of being a normal kid because he wasn't one of the big three. And while he is famous for Harry Potter, he just had a bit of a different career path than Daniel, Emma, and Rupert. So I really enjoyed hearing about all of the Harry Potter stuff, of course, because I do love Harry Potter, even though I very much do not like the author. I also thought it was interesting just to hear his life beyond the wand, as it says, of just being a normal kid and growing up and like antics with his brothers. So yeah, it was really interesting, and it just gave more depth to him as a person, which was really cool because I do like him a lot as an actor. I would definitely recommend if you're a fan of him in any capacity, because I felt like it was a good book and a quick read. So after finishing that, I did go to the post office, and then I went to Scooters because I very rarely go to the post office without going to Scooters, since it's slightly on the way home. I have to take a different way home, but it's pretty much on the way home. So then I did a Walmart. I don't think it was a pickup. I think I actually went to get groceries. So I went to Walmart, which I always regret because I forget how big the store is and how hard it is for me physically to like walk around. I did that. I did some planning when I came home. I finished another book. So I guess I started and finished it this day. It was called The Counselors. I don't remember specifically what I rated it, but I do remember enjoying it. So if you follow me on Goodreads, you can see the star rating. And then I watched more Ted Lasso at the end of the night. So these are from Carly Plans. Yeah, all of those. Everything in this box is from Carly Plans except these two, which are from my shop. And then that is from Pink Diamond Planner Co. Carly Plans. I printed that. I think this is Sweet Bean Plans. That's from my shop. Not sure. Fox and Cactus, and I printed that. Wednesday, I have a bunch of things to mark. I have 12 things, and we're just going to ignore this box and how it's foiled because it looks really terrible. But the first thing I marked is that I woke up feeling just really achy and bloated. So I was not very encouraged by that fact because I had to go to St. Louis this day. But I took some planner pictures this morning, and then I watched Ted Lasso while I did planning. So I was just trying to kind of have a chill day and not do too much that would be hard on my body, so I'd be able to drive to St. Louis because Sarah and I had a show this night. So after doing that, I took us to St. Louis. She came to meet me at my house just because I live closer. So then we went to a place called City Winery, which is where our show was at. We went to see the spill canvas, and they were going on just a really small tour to different city wineries because a lot of major cities have them apparently. I didn't know this until we went to Nashville and saw they had one, and then there's one in St. Louis. So we went there, and it was like pouring rain by the time we got there. It was raining the entire way up, so it's not a fun drive. But when we got there, we had to like walk to the venue because the parking's not directly by it. So we were soaked. But it was a like sit down type of show. So I'm honestly really grateful that it was a chill environment. I will say I typically enjoy more of a like dance concert situation, but with me feeling not the greatest this day, it kind of worked out in this situation. It is kind of hard though to watch an emo band and not like dance. I was just like wiggling my feet the entire time in my seat. But it was a very intimate setting. We were like, so you had tables right by the stage, and there was a table in front of us, which had 4 seats, and then our table was right behind it. And we were like slightly off center, but it was a really good view. So that was fun. So we had dinner and wine there, and then the show happened. It was just the spill canvas. There were no openers or anything, which was another unique thing about it because I don't think I've been to a concert without an opener, maybe ever. And I did use this sticker. I know it's not technically a canvas, but I thought I was being cute by using like an artsy thing since there's a spill canvas. And it was called the Bottle of Red Tour. So after the show, I bought merch. I did not buy a t-shirt, which is very out of the ordinary for me, but I was like, I don't need one. But I did, however, get a bottle of red, Bottle of Red Tour, because they had a specific wine that had like a label with the band members on it, and they had some signed ones. So I did purchase the signed bottle. So I just thought that would be a fun piece of memorabilia. And I will eventually drink it probably, but I'm going to keep the bottle regardless. So after doing that, I drove us back to my house. We had a little vinyl sesh, listened to Death of a Bachelor by Panic, and then just went to bed. So for stickers this day, that is from my shop, Carly Plans, Fox and Cactus, Carly Plans. The Coffee Monsters Co., my shop, I cut that, or printed and cut that. Olive Digitals, Carly Plans, Fox and Cactus, Carly Plans, and yeah, that's everything for open shops. So Thursday morning, I hung out with Sarah. She did spend the night, so I just had my morning try and talked to her. She did have to get going fairly soon because I wake up late and she had stuff to do that day. But when she left, I did get some Michael's Happy Mail. I had ordered some more blue beads just because I was running low on some specific colors from doing my blue bracelets, and I wanted to have variety. Then I did watch some more Ted Lasso. I marked it with Beetlejuice because the color scheme of the sticker just fits this day, so I thought it was cute. But after that, I did do some laundry. Oh my goodness. Struggling with scripts this week. I typically like to do laundry on Mondays, but since I was at my mom's, it just kind of like changed my schedule a bit this week. Oh, I guess I completely skipped over it. This day I did film. That's what the work is for. I filmed my junior year of high school planner deep dive, and I honestly can't remember if I edited it yet or not. I know initially I was really stressed about editing it because it's like an hour and a half of footage, and I have no clue how much of it actually needs to be on the internet. But that was the year of boy drama, is all I will say. So after laundry, I did some planning, and then I watched the Eras tour. I started watching at the Reputation set because that is my favorite, and then I just watched the entire show that evening because we are getting towards the end of the tour, and I just have a lot of feelings about it ending, so I am trying to soak up everything I can. So I did also watch more Ted Lasso this evening, but I didn't mark that because I'd already marked it up here. Also, I'm really loving all these spooky scripts I have. I tried to go for like the spooky ones over the foiled ones at any chance because obviously I can use foiled scripts anytime I use that foil, and the other ones I can only really use when I have a spooky kit. So that's why you probably see a good amount of them in this. And I just scratched this up. It already didn't look so hot, but I scratched up the G, but that's okay. So I have these little boots to mark Eras tour with. I thought the cowboy boots were cute for like her first album. So Friday morning I got a call that my glasses were ready, which I was super excited about. I don't remember what the last plan with me before this was I filmed, so I don't know if I talked about it, but I went to the wineries one evening with Sarah, and long story short, I lost my glasses. So I searched for them, but we could not find them. I was very sad because they were like purple tortoiseshell Coach glasses, which I decided at the time, which was a few years ago, to splurge on them because I wear them literally every day. But I was planning this year to get new lenses in them and not like replace them completely. I was going to get new lenses and then get some prescription sunglasses as far as frames, but yeah, that plan got a bit derailed. So in the end, I ordered some glasses that they are like a translucent purple. So they're kind of similar color scheme to my old glasses, but they're not the tortoise shell. So they're really pretty though. I do really like them. And I got a pair that has like the magnetic clip-on sunglasses, so I kind of got the best of both worlds, at least with these glasses. So this is what they look like. I don't know why I feel the need to show them, but yeah, they're kind of like an ombre purple. But I was so excited because I was wearing my old glasses and they were like scratched up. Also not the right prescription. They were just an old pair that I had, thank goodness, saved because I cannot drive without glasses. It's not only on my license, but it's just not safe. So I was very excited to pick those up. So I did put that it was like an appointment. It wasn't really an appointment, but I wanted to use the script. So I went to the post office afterwards. So I must have had like some orders to drop off. Then I did some work when I got home. I was working on freebie packs. So for the Black Friday sale, I had like swap freebies. So I wasn't building the freebie packs this day, but I did receive some. And then I was like printing mine to send out to people. So now I remember that I guess I didn't go to the post office to drop them off that day because if I was working on them after, I don't know what I was doing. Anyway, something with the freebies. Then I organized my records. So I had just some stuff I'd played that was on different shelving and it wasn't all alphabetized. And this day I was going to sell some records because I had like duplicates and just some stuff that I got really cheap at Urban that I wasn't going to listen to. So I did go to the record store to drop those off. They said they needed a bit of time to look at them because some of them were like limited, numbered, more valuable records. So they wanted to take time to get a valuation for me, which I appreciated. So then when I got home, I did some drawing while I was watching Ted Lasso, and then I turned on the Eras Tour this evening and finished the night by finishing another book. I did not put down what book it was, but I just know I finished one. So a lot of times I'm using read stickers because otherwise I'm putting finished book like every single time I read. So I don't want to use up all those scripts. I have a lot more reading ones than I do finished book ones. Which I guess I kind of forgot to say where my Thursday stickers are from. So I will say in a minute where the stickers from both these days are from. So these are from Carly Plans. I think that's Leonard Designs. SPC, like old kit deco. I did that one. Carly Plans, Leonard Designs, Plannahannah, Leonard, Carly, Carly, Pink Diamond Planner Co., Carly, more Carly Plans. I swear. I'm just so like in a habit of using the same shop stickers. Plus I have a ton from her. That one is from my shop, Carly Plans, and I believe that's the Coffee Monsters Co. So I'm hoping to use a bit more of a variety of like brands of stickers next year because I do have my Hobonichi cousin that I'll be using. However, I'm not going to be sharing that every single week. I will be just kind of sharing as I want. Potentially more on my stories than on my feed. I might have some stuff on the feed. I don't know for sure yet. But I need something that's just kind of more for me. And my planning is very public, which I think is fine. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I was just kind of losing the enjoyment I get from it because everything is being shared. And it just feels like a chore when I have to like, you know, do planning, try and catch up, film stuff for one of my planners, and then also take photos of everything in my off-camera planner. So Next year, my planner lineup situation is going to be a little bit different, which I might talk about in another video, maybe in a haul, maybe just in its own video. We'll see what I decide to do. But I'm currently working on like setting up my Hobonichi and getting stuff for it to set it up. So it's just taking a bit of time. On Saturday, I did like panic cleaning because the in-laws were coming over this day to help us out with some just like home maintenance stuff. They offered, and I was like, yeah, let's take them up on it because they live really close to us. They live like an hour away exactly. So cleaned the house. We got a new mattress because Sarah is just kind of like redoing some stuff in her house room by room, and she has 2 spare beds. So she wanted to get rid of the older one, and we don't have a guest bed, and it's just really expensive, so we're not gonna buy one at this point. So we got hers, and my in-laws brought it here because they do have a truck. So thank goodness for that. And then we figured out it doesn't fit the frame we have, so we will need to get a frame, or the frame that she has. But at least for now, we have the mattress and box spring. So if Sarah stays over, she doesn't have to sleep on the couch anymore, which is nice. But we did some decluttering, I put, because we have had our paint stuff in the kitchen like since we moved in. And it was driving me up the wall. I sit in the kitchen every morning to like have my coffee, my breakfast shake, and I just cannot or could not stand looking at it any longer. So my mother-in-law helped me to move that all down. We moved it to like a storage area, so I don't have to stare at it every single day, because right now we don't have any plans of painting. And then we moved around furniture. I put build furniture, but we moved it around. So our living room, we basically flipped the layout of everything in there, and I love it. The way our couch was beforehand, it is a reclining couch, but I like accidentally broke part of it, and it was the reclining portion on the seat that I typically sit in. The mechanism works, like the buttons work, but if you do recline it, you're laying like, I don't even know how to explain it. You're laying like cockeyed. I can't think of the right term other than that, but it's not just like a straight back recline anymore, because something inside like mechanically is bent or something, so it's really uncomfortable. So I hadn't been able to recline for a really long time anyway, but we flipped everything, so now the side of the couch that has a working recliner that's comfortable is by our reclining chair. So now I get to sit closer to my husband like I was, but also recline, and I am loving it. Plus, the way we've laid it out, it just looks more open because you can see like more of our basement from the vantage point that the couch is at now. So then we did have takeout for dinner. There's a place near us called TJ's, and we really like it. We've eaten there a ton of times. I have definitely talked about it before on my channel. So we just got takeout and ate it at home, and then we played a game of life. We do have the retro version, so it's basically the original version but just redone, because modern life, like the game of life, to be completely honest, sucks. I hate it. Brian did one this night, which whatever. And then once the in-laws left, I just kind of hung out and watched Ted Lasso. I have a little mini fridge in the basement for like drinks, and so I went to get a sparkling water. I have like flavored sparkling water from Walmart that I really like, so I got one. It's in a can, and I dropped it. It slipped out of my hand, and fell and exploded everywhere. It was on me. And then we had also, like I said, we flipped everything. So right by it was all my records. So that was extremely stressful. That's why I put shitstorm. But I had to sit there and wipe everything down. I put my records in like plastic sleeves to just protect the sleeves of the records, and then the records themselves are in like anti-static sleeves within those. So the actual records and the sleeves that they are in were fine, but it was just like I wasn't sure at first if they were, so it was really, really stressful. And I was already just exhausted from the day, so I was not able to deal with it very well. So I kind of had a meltdown after that. I had a panic attack, and then I had just like a mental breakdown. Like I was like sobbing. So then I was like having trouble talking. So I couldn't really talk above a whisper because I was running on low sleep, and I had just had an exhausting day from everything we did. And so, yeah, I was a wreck. So I just texted Brian and I was like, hey, can you come in here, like in the living room? And I just sobbed and like told him what was going through my brain. And he was really great about it. He listened. He like hugged me and stayed with me for a bit until I was like, okay. And then he was like, why don't you watch the Eras Tour? Because he knows that is like a comfort thing for me to watch the Eras Tour movie. So that was really sweet. And I did watch that. He went and played video games, didn't watch with me. And I ended up falling asleep while watching the Eras Tour because it was just an exhausting day. So Sunday morning, we slept in and cuddled. And then Brian and I played Ogu in the Secret Forest, which is not a multiplayer game, but we trade off playing it, and it's super fun. It's super cute. I love that game so much. I just really enjoy playing it with them. And after that, I did get some happy mail. This was the day I got my planner, so I was really excited about that. And then the Chiefs and Bills played, which we did lose. I'm going to be honest, I would never say this to my father-in-law because he's a Bills fan, but we did not deserve to win that game. So, like, I wasn't happy we lost because it is the Bills, but I also was not surprised. So, they just did not play in a way that they deserved to win. So after the game, I did some work. I was just working on formatting while I watched Ted Lasso. And then I did some drawing. I finished up my freebies for the sale. And then I finished Ted Lasso this evening. And Brian joined me and the dogs were in there. So we were all just like having a little family time. It was a really fun night. But also emotional because the ending of Ted Lasso was like, to me, beautiful. I don't understand why some people don't like it, but it's just emotional. So I'm going to pause, write in everything I didn't have scripts for, and then I will show the finished spread. So this is my weekend full. These do not want to stay down, but I actually think it turned out pretty well. I was skeptical because of the way I felt about the underlays, but since I had a lot of boxes, I think it looks good. But if you did like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!